Lovely Cara Kneer,
Hello.
who's back. And we were actually just discussing how absolutely cool and amazing Tanya Sam was.
She is.
She's awesome.
The epitome of class and coolness, I have to say.
I think so,
She
too.
was dripping in Chanel. I don't know if you guys caught that at home.
Yeah.
But woo!
And I'm dripping in my football garb and my old boots. But
Me too.
No,
She's great.
She's so impressive. And when you think about her relating to that, just starting a conversation about losing her mom with Kate from Kate's Club.
Yes.
And then, her all of a sudden realizing this is something that I can relate to and I want to get involved with. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
That's what you
really
hope
cool.
when celebrities, use their influence to make a difference. And it's really what it's all about.
It's true. And then when you meet them and they're actually nice, genuine, good people, you're like, oh, yeah, it makes me feel good inside. I don't know why, but it makes me feel like everything's all right in the world.
I know, honestly, it's true.
Yes.
And being next to you makes me feel like everything's okay because we've had so much fun here all week long. Yesterday we were talking about how many calories we're going to consume. That I didn't really enjoy. Well, it's going to make me do some Billy Blank. What was it? Peekaboo, peekaboo, jab, jab, upper.
Oh, that's what he did?
Yeah.
Listen, I remember sweating it out to Billy Blank's Tybo in my dorm room.
Yes.
And this was my favorite. I can't do it, but the one from the side.
Because it worked
the obliques.
Your obliques,
Really got in there.
He
still looks really good.
He is a tall, strong man.
Remember when he used to wear like those onesies with like a peekaboo ab shot?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
He had so many abs. He had like 45 abs.
Had like all the six packs. He had like six packs. Okay, by the way, I'm really laughing because Kara's like, I was in college, and I'm like, okay, I was like in my 30s when late 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Are we talking football, or are we expanding today?
We're talking football, and we're talking about how we're going to take football and apply those life lessons to help us parent our children better.
Oh, please.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. We've done a few of these stories thus far, but we're going to start out. There are 10 things we're going to go through, but we're going to start out with Steeler linebacker James Harrison. Okay. And the first thing and we talked about him a few years ago because he is very into not giving the child a trophy for participation.
Yes.
Because he says he does not want you to feel entitled, and he doesn't want them to feel entitled. So his kids came home from a flag football game, I believe, when they were younger with their participation trophies, and he was like, not in this house.
He did?
Yeah, and he took them away.
Oh, well. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would take it away, but I agree with you. I told you years ago when Kate was first swimming, and how many lanes are there in a meet? 6. And all of a sudden we get this ribbon, and it's like a weird color, because think about it, maybe all the primary colors were taken. And it's like a moss green 6th place ribbon. And I'm like, bless her heart. I mean, we chuckled about it. I mean, the way that I grew up and what incentivized you was when you didn't make the team, or you didn't make cheerleading, or you fell short, or something happened, and you knew that that's what you wanted to get better. And it made you better.
Yeah, I mean, you have to teach your kids about failure, and one team is going to lose on Sunday.
Yep.
And that's what this article is about how do then, after we experience failure, how do we learn from it and become better people because of it. Let them experience the failure. I mean, every really pivotal moment in my life has come before or after failing at something.
Yes.
Really.
Totally agree.
And those are the things that you remember.
Right. And it stinks, and at the moment you're wishing you wouldn't be obviously experiencing the sadness, the disappointment.
Right.
But I always tell my girls those are those life lesson moments.
It's true.
And you just come out of it on top, you hope.
So not everyone gets a trophy. And then the second one is everyone has different talents.
Yes.
And the article was funny because it said, say your child wants to be the next Carrie Underwood. For me, it was Madonna, Janet, or Paula Abdul. My parents probably knew that I wasn't going to go down that road, so they steered me into a different direction. Journalism.
Yes.
Just like being Janet.
She wanted to be on Broadway, as our next young stars are.
Yes, but it's about identifying what your kid is really good at and then kind of leading them down that path. Like, maybe you'd be great at this.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be a negative thing.
No, right. But it's like, let's find out what you enjoy, what your skill set is, and let's just kind of push you in that direction.
Right.
Neither one of my girls, they love to sing, but they got mama's voice. You know what I'm saying? And dad's too, actually. All right, so no trophy. Not everybody gets a trophy.
Yes, and we all have different talents.
Different talents.
Okay, now this next one I like because at the end of the game on Sunday, we are going to see how the losing team is going to react, and if they, as number 3 says, have class. So after you lose at something or you fail at something, it is how you then deal with it. Yesterday we talked about how in the Super Bowl between the Broncos and the Seahawks that Peyton Manning went up to Richard Sherman and was like, "Are you okay?" Because he had hurt his ankle, and that was what he was first and foremost worried about.
Yeah.
Which is just like a nice thing to do. Like he's in this moment and he's seeing if he's okay. So so have class.
And I feel like with our It's All Good stories, we've had some lately that have been so heartwarming where something has happened and another team rallies around the other team or rallies around another player. And that's the example that you want to set for your kids. Whoever raised those children is doing a good job because they're teaching them that it's not about winning or losing. It's really about being there for one another and enjoying the game.
Yes.
It's hard because you do get competitive, but
I know James memorizes in every sport. He memorizes the team's win-lose record.
It's really impressive.
Well, is it? Because then he'll say, "Who do you want to win?" And he'll name like two. He'll be like Juventus, or it's like soccer, could be hockey. And then I'll just randomly pick a team, and he'll be like, "Their record's 7-2." That's a good choice, Mom.
Really?
I'm like, okay, because they win a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to be a little sports broadcaster.
Maybe he's a little statistician.
Yes.
Yeah. When he does play sports, he calls out his own plays. And then he plays imaginary people, and then he always wins. I'm like, well, that's good. That you're beating the invisible people, because if you were losing, you might have to have a talk.
Right. You would have to have a talk. It's good, good self-esteem, self-confidence.
Yes. Okay, the next one is learning from your mistakes. So obviously, it's like you say it often, if you keep repeating the same behavior, that is the definition of insanity.
Right.
So if you make a mistake, learn from it, dust yourself off, and move on.
When I had a really awkward moment with Craig Melvin this morning, I told him how I'd been at X amount of NBC stations.
Sure.
And I don't know why, but I told him the story of when I was first live out in the field in a very important situation, a courtroom thing, and I forgot everything I was supposed to say, and I said, "Let's take a package." Just so you know, a package is like behind the scenes TV talk. It was, Craig laughed.
Sure.
He could relate.
See?
But he's like, "Look where you are today, Christine." He didn't say that, but I know that's what he was thinking. I think that's what he was thinking.
That's exactly what he was thinking.
But why did I tell him that dumb story? I was like, Cara would say that was a really dumb story.
No, I would not. That's because when there is a lack of conversation, you feel like you have to fill the gap.
Yes.
It's an occupational hazard.
It is, but I really was just like talking about like how it is in the beginning when you're so green. And again, I went back, watched the tape, and said, "Why did I?" But you go through the steps and you learn from it.
You learn from it. Okay, well, just like you've done with me, our fifth thing is you teach others. So you teach others about what you've done wrong or maybe what you've done right. More importantly, and you share the knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was Sandra Golden. Didn't y'all enjoy her yesterday? Let's give a round of applause to Sandra.
Sandra Golden.
She was amazing. And I wasn't just saying it because she was there, but she really has had such an incredible career in radio and television and hanging with, sports players of every genre. And she just knows her stuff. And she's someone that I really admire.
She does.
And she is very much a teacher, and I admire that about her.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And that you shout her out for that. The next one is leaving it all on the field, so to speak.
Yeah.
So as long as you feel like you've tried your best, like there have definitely been times in my life where I've been disappointed because I feel like I didn't do all that I could.
Yes.
But for the most part, you just leave it all out there, and then you can't have any regrets because you did the best you could.
It's so true. You know what? This entire crew here, we're leaving it all out there, right, Napoleon? Today, we have left it all out there all week long.